Good evening and welcome everybody to the campus of University of North Carolina at Pembroke, specifically we're at Lumbee River EMC Stadium for some non-conference action between your UNCP Braves and the Converse Valkyries. Sam Jelena here bringing you action alongside our talented director and producer Chris Clayton. The UNCP Braves coming off of their first conference matchup of the year, I should say, against Flagler back on September 29th. At Flagler down in Florida, UNCP suffered a defeat in their first conference matchup of the season, falling 1-0 on a set piece in that match. But today, taking on the Converse Valkyries in a non-conference matchup as they try to get back to their winning ways. Overall in the season, the Braves have been limited to 4 games overall, as they had 2 games postponed due to Hurricane Florence, and then their first game against Catawba when they came back to the playing surface after the hurricane was a no contest, as that game was called due to lightning. But now back here at home for their first home game since all the way back on September 8th, so nearly a full month since they played here at Lumbee River EMC Stadium. And that was a 4-0 win against Anderson. As I mentioned, UNCP 2-2 on the season, 0-1 in the Peach Belt. They're taking on the Converse Valkyries of Conference Carolinas. The Valkyries 1-7, 0-5 in conference. They've had a tough season so far this season, as they've allowed, obviously due to the record, 1-7, a few too many goals per game. UNCP, they haven't scored in nearly a month due to all the cancellations and being shut out against Flagler, so they'll hope to try and be able to get back on track here. And one player they're going to be doing it without is Stacy Scott, as she is not in the lineup here this afternoon due to injury. She had started all 4 games this season, scoring 3 goals for the Braves, so one player in the lineup the Braves are sure to be missing here in this one. The Braves running a 4-3-3 against Converse Valkyries 4-4-2. Starting in net for the Braves, Gina Ryan. Opposing her in net for Converse is Darian Bankston, and we're underway just past the 5 o'clock hour. It's the Braves and the Valkyries in some non-conference action here from UNCP as the ball immediately deflected out of play. It'll stay with Converse. For the Braves, their starting lineup looks like this. I already mentioned Gina Ryan in net, Alexis Pittman starting up top, Maya Grimes in the lineup as well, Carly Rochelle, Bree Mason, Brianna DeCouteau, Christina Rolfs, Katie Ryan, Jillian Robson, Haley Stewart, and Christina Stevenson. That's your starting 11 for UNCP. For Converse, on the other hand, Anya Preston, Aiden Cantor, Izzy Fangman, Lizzie Melching, Gianna Mancinelli, Kayla Noon, Haley Likens, Madison Reeves, Anna Claire Albritton, Jade Burwager, and Darian Bankston I mentioned in net. Converse on the early attack with the balls played away, and UNCP will be able to clear it off their own line. Deflected ball hits back to UNCP. They might have a little break opportunity here. 3-on-3, ball played through, flag is up. As trying to get through, but called offsides is Maya Grimes. An early opportunity for the Braves goes by the wayside as the flag goes up, and Converse with the free kick will play it on in. Handled by Albritton, she plays it along. A nice through ball there by Preston, but nobody on the receiving end, as UNCP able to clear the line out of play to the far side. For the Braves, being back at home is something extremely important to them on the season. Small sample size, but 2-0. This is coming off of last year where they were 9-1-1 here in Pembroke, so a place that they absolutely love to play. It was a banner season last year as Lars Anderson, the man in charge for UNCP, led them to a Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship before falling to Queens in the NCAA tournament. Goal kick now for the Braves. Gina Ryan will boot it long. Headed on by Bree Mason. Played forward for Grimes, but she's dispossessed. Off her foot, played back to Converse and cleared away by Lizzie Melching. Nice little through ball there, picked up on the other end by Kayla Noon, heading down towards the corner. And coming on strong to dispossess her is Christina Rolfs. They'll play it out of bounds, and now quickly thrown on in. Chance here for Converse into the box, hits off the Braves player and behind the net. That'll be a corner kick, the first of the game for either side, and Converse coming out on the attack. They've had trouble scoring goals so far this season. On the year, they've only scored 6 of them across their 8 games, so less than a goal per game. They've been allowing more than 3 goals per game overall, not exactly a winning formula. Their last game, September 29th at Emmanuel, corner kick in, deflects off a head and falls to a UNCP Brave who's able to clear it from the box. Picking it up is Alexis Pittman. She's got 3 defenders in front of her. Running alongside her right is Maya Grimes. She's playing it towards the corner. Got a lot of room to work with. Straightens up. Feeds it into the middle. Christina Stevenson battling for it. Able to hold on to it. Plays it back. Now into the box. Grimes there. But again, for the second time this game already, she's called for being on the wrong side of the line. She's offsides. And the Braves early on with a nice little counterattack going. Grimes just has to find the right side. So far the flag's been early and often. Both teams playing aggressive, what you like to see for a non-conference matchup. The Braves playing in the extremely tough Peach Belt Conference. Converse on the other hand in the Conference Carolinas. It's a nice stop there from Christina Rolfs. She'll play it along. And able to chase it down is Alexis Pittman on the near side. Trying to run into the box, but nicely boxed down, and it'll be a goal kick. Tried to play it around her defender. Looked like she might have had the speed to get by, but nicely boxed out there by Jade Burwager. And it'll be a goal kick. Early on, no score, just about 5 minutes into this one. Converse with 2 shots, none on net, 1 corner. Again, Grimes played through. This time she keeps the flag down, tries to cross it into the middle of the box. With a rolling ball picked up by the keeper for Converse, Darian Bankston. Bankston on the season, a .711 save percentage, 3.11 goals allowed per game. Those numbers kind of belie how good she's been, though. She's had to face a lot of shots in net. When you face that many, some are bound to fall in. So through ball tried to play along there, but nobody on the other end. Converse able to pick it up at Kayla Noon's ball ahead. Flies straight out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Christina Rolfs. Plays it ahead to Grimes. Kicks it on forward, but a little bit too strong, and Converse back in control. On the far side, it's Fangman playing on ahead. Likens now heading towards the far right corner. Locked in a battle, dispossessed, now boxed in the corner, gets her foot in there, trying to pick it back up. She's got it. And tries to play it back, but it's picked off. Again, played ahead for Pittman, who plays it back to try and establish possession for UNCP. Now played on through. This time, Grimes able to keep the flag down, but double teamed, trying to fight for the ball back, but she can't. Nice job by Converse. It's been apparent early and often UNCP is going to try and play Grimes through as many times as they can. Twice the flag has gone up, once she's been dispossessed, and right there again it happens. The UNCP able to get the ball back, kicked on ahead, chased down by Mason, played into the box, but on one hop into the waiting arms of Darian Bankston. Absolutely gorgeous day for soccer here in Pembroke. A little bit hot, but after the weather everybody's endured for the past 2 weeks, any day where the grass isn't too soggy, the sun's out, not a bad day to play. Grimes again, able to save it from falling out of bounds, back to the player in the middle. But Jillian Robson can't connect. Kind of got it a little bit too far off the inside of her foot. Can't strike it clean. The first real scoring opportunity for UNCP goes by the wayside as the shot's well wide. Goal kicking straight to UNCP, played through for Pittman, but too much mustard on it. UNCP playing the counter-attack early and often, trying to see who they can find on the other receiving end. As Converse tries one of their own, but straight into the waiting foot of a Braves defender. Good anticipation there by Katie Ryan. Converse back with it. Ahead to the forward, played back, and now lofted into the air, straight onto the noggin of Christina Rolfs. And played out of bounds where UNCP will take over with a throw. This game really somewhat of a warm-up for the Braves. Is nicely done there to be played along to Grimes, who tries to play it now along for Pittman. Racing after, will she be able to keep it in play? She will, but the flag's up, offsides. So 3 early offsides going against the Braves, each one of them very apparent and obvious. No gripe for Lars Anderson. The plan here early, it's pretty apparent that Grimes, as well as Pittman up top, possess the kind of speed where they can outpace the Converse back line. So just play it forward, see what happens. A little bit of collision there in the air, ball falls to Converse. Played back, lofted ahead off the foot of a Braves defender, now off the noggin. Played down for Stevenson, and it falls back to the Valkyries. On the ball now, Aiden Cantor. Played forward, headed along, and out of play towards the UNCP bench. Out of play, and a Valkyrie throwing. All the way back to the keeper, Bankston. Puts a good boot on it, seeing who she can find. Takes one hop and onto the foot of Christine Rolfs. Now back to Stevenson. Lofted ahead, nobody on the end. Converse will try and settle it down, see if they can retain possession here, but it hits off a player and back to the Braves. Pittman trying to hold up play. She does, plays it through on ahead. But a Converse defender able to get a foot to it, and that will get behind for a corner kick. Tried to just get it out of play, but the defender there for Converse not able to hook that ball just to the left of the flag. And UNCP will get their first corner kick of the game. Converse has already got one. Nothing came of it, so the Braves will see if they can get anything from their first set piece. Six players in the box for the Braves. It'll be an in-swinger here from the right foot, played into the box. Nobody able to get a clean head to it, but it falls to Carly Rochelle, whose left-footed attempts wide of the net. Had a lot of bodies in front of her, tried to weave it through. Was lucky not to have it redirect or misfire off of anybody, but unfortunately it misses everything. And behind for a goal kick. Straight to Grimes. And it falls off of her to the defender for Converse, Jade Burwager. Hit on ahead. UNCP able to play it back to try and retain control. But straight to Cantor, trying to keep possession, and now a strong tackle off of Grimes. The ball hits back out of play and will be a throw-in for the Braves. Rolfs on the throw-in. On ahead to Pittman. Headed towards the line. Did that hit off the Valkyries player first? It did. And it'll be another corner kick for the Braves. It was second in as many minutes. Rolfs will be the one to hit it in. Right-footed player, so it will be an outswinger this time. Braves have had trouble defending set pieces this year, but have found a couple of heads while attempting a few of their own. Rolfs plays it in. Good loft on it by everybody off the head of a Valkyrie player. UNCP able to maintain possession. It'll be played back in again. Pittman there, and it's in the back of the net. Maya Grimes, rather, able to get her noggin to it. Nobody there to challenge her. Puts it in the top right corner, and the Braves strike first. It's 1-0. Pittman and Grimes have been doing the dirty work here early on for the Braves. Well, I thought it was Pittman, it was Maya Grimes in the middle of the box with nobody around her. With a clean header, no chance for Bankston. The Braves out in front 1-0. Just over 10 minutes into this match. So the problem for Converse this season, is evidenced by the 1-7 record, is their inability to really control how many goals their opponents are scoring. Their only win this season was a 1-0 victory versus Albany State that came back on September 22nd. Every other game, they've allowed at least 2 goals. Braves halfway there in this one. Now Pittman down the left side trying to outpace her defender. She does. She's got a clear line to the goal, and she's just dispossessed at the last second, coming in from behind. Converse able to stop a breakaway there, just manufactured by Pittman. Took on her defender and beat her just with pure pace. And right again, she'll head right back to it. Pittman plays it through, now on ahead to Grimes, possibly number 2, but Bankston gets to the ball first. Goalie did well to get off her line. And the shot way high. Braves looking to keep up the pressure. Rolfs on the throw-in.
Scored by number 10, Maya Grimes. That's her first on the season. Give the assist number 13, Bree Mason.
So the goal scorer officially announced, it's Maya Grimes. Now Converse finally able trying to get out of their own end. But Rolfs working hard, the defender, able to get the ball back. Stevenson now on it, plays it wide. The Braves will settle things down here, or at least it looks like they're about to, but turning up ahead. Played along for Pittman. Gives it back to Stevenson, lofts it into the box. He called out a shot straight into the arms of Bankston waiting in net. For Grimes, that's her first goal of this season. She played in 4 matches. Registered a shot against Shawan. But able to finish for the first time this year, the freshman, her first collegiate goal, so congrats to her. She opens her collegiate scoring account. Braves up 1-0, 7 shots early on to just 2 for Converse. Converse on the attack, far side. It hits off a Braves defender and back for a corner kick, the second one conceded by UNCP today. Converse coming off a season last year, 4-10-2. They've been trending in the wrong direction for 3 straight seasons. They have a first-year coach here this year, Caitlin Kerrigan. She's trying to guide this very young Converse team. As they corner in, headed away for the Braves. Stayed on by Converse. Trying to play it into the middle of the box, but a foot deflects it straight ahead to Alexis Pittman. Stays on the ball, feeds it ahead to Maya Grimes, trying to run it down from behind. But Jade Burwager able to get to it first with a left foot. Plays it away, but intercepted for the Braves by Bree Mason. She's immediately dispossessed, where the ball falls just over the touchline before Gianna Mancinelli could get to it. So the Braves will stay with it, now with a throw-in for Rolfs. Throw-in for Grimes. Immediately loses possession. As Mancinelli plays it back, and a left foot away off the head of Christina Stevenson, but to a Converse player. On the near side, Mancinelli. One defender in front of her, it's Rolfs. Keeps on pedaling down the side. Now squares up, tries for a move, but loses possession on herself. De Couteau plays it strong ahead, keeper off the line. Will get to it first before Pittman can get there. Nice tackle by Mason, able to get the ball back for UNCP. And again, the ball played forward ahead, with this time Grimes not in an exactly great position to get to a running start to get after that one. She's been basically got some sort of track meet here today. She gets her head to that one, trying to get it to Pittman. The Converse player steps in front. Back to Burwager. UNCP intercepts, it's Rolfs. Played through to Pittman into the box. Converse gets there first. Trying to play it on ahead, but Grimes gets to it. Right foot into the box, nobody on the other end. Trickling around, and Converse able to clear. Braves with 1 goal so far, but 7 shots. And so far their offense has been a mixture of counterattacks and long through balls to Pittman and Grimes. Just play it on ahead, see if they can chase it down, sprinting after it. So it's a little bit curious that the only goal of the game for the Braves here in this one has come off of a quasi set piece. Corner kick fell a little bit too far. Fell to the feet of Bree Mason, who was able to play it perfectly in onto the head of Grimes, who had nothing but wide open net to finish with. Throw in for Converse. Played on ahead in the box, misses everybody. A few feet were stuck in the air trying to get to it. As Rolfs tracks it down, onto Grimes. Played along to Stevenson. On the near side, Mason, just one defender with her. Right foot into the box. A little bit of a curve straight to the keeper, trying to find the head of Alexis Pittman racing on in. A little bit too much on it. Just about halfway through the first half now, coming down on 23 minutes. The Braves with a 1-0 early edge. Converse has not had much in the way of an attack thus far, but here they could have something. Strong challenge. Converse able to keep the ball. Now played out wide. We'll see if they want to play it in towards the goal line and straight to the keeper, Gina Ryan. That ball had actually fallen out of play anyway, so it'll be a goal kick. Ryan has not been challenged in this game yet. No saves required out of her. 3 saves on the other hand for Darian Bankston in net. Ryan with the right foot, strong kick. Played off the head of Stevenson.
Checking in for
on ahead for Pittman. Can she get there before Bankston? She can't.
Fretwell, number 8, Jona Ingvaldsson.
Got some substitutions incoming for this one, UNCP and Converse. Fretwell will step on for Maya Grimes, as well as Jona Ingvaldsson for Jillian Robson. Melissa Carlisle, on the other hand, is in for Mancinelli.
That's it. Oh, yes!
Got our first foul of the game now. This will be interesting for the Braves. They've struggled with set pieces this season, lost last week on one against Flagler. And of course, you think back to the last season, how it ended for the Braves on a set piece in the waning moments of the NCAA tournament against Queens. We'll see what Converse wants to draw up here. They've yet to register a shot on net. The left foot heading towards and over the bar. Strong attempt. So it was Melissa Carlisle who just came in for Mancinelli, taking a crack at the net. Just a little bit too much on it. And back for a goal kick.
Short.
Later this week, as I had mentioned earlier, this game a little bit of a tune-up for the Braves, seeing as they haven't had much action here in the past couple weeks. Take on Columbus State on the road. That's the number 3 ranked in the nation, Columbus State. The team the UNCP defeated last year in the Peach Belt Conference Tournament. In the finals of that one, 1-0. Spangston comes off her line to boot it away. The UNCP able to get to it, and it's going to be offsides on Mason after Fretwell had got there. Her wager away. Headed up and away by Albritton. The UNCP gets there first. Rolfs plays it in for Stewart. Falls back to Stevenson now. Will change the side of the field. Pass intended for the newly inserted Ingvaldsson. A little bit ahead of her. And as Rolfs intercepts a pass intended for Likens. And the Converse able to battle for it, get it back. Hustling for it with the left foot played into the box. Nobody's home. It's off the line. Is Gina Ryan to retrieve it. Jade Burwager trying to force something that wasn't there for the Valkyries. 1-0 UNCP leads. Just about a half hour gone here in the first half. Played ahead now for Mason. She's all alone. Right foot high into the box. Nobody can get on the other end. It falls and it's in the back of the net. Carly Rochelle on a high lofted ball that fell to her feet, able to find the left corner of the net. She puts it home for her second goal of the season, and it's 2-0 Braves. That ball, a lot of height on it. Looked like Alexis Pittman was trying to get her noggin to it, but her jump wasn't enough. Fell straight to Rochelle's feet. The Braves double their advantage. It's 2-0 here in the first half. Now immediately off the kickoff, UNCP able to get the ball back. As play is now stopped, we got a player down. Dayton Cantor for the Valkyries. She endured a pretty rough challenge from Alexis Pittman, who was able to dispossess her. No foul was called. We've had a pretty clean game here early on, just one foul. So that last goal there for UNCP, second of the season for Rochelle. Again, Bree Mason doing a fantastic job. Assist number 2 for her on the evening. She's got 3 on the year. Rochelle, former Division I player at UNC Wilmington, started 4 games this season. Last year, in the run to the Beach Belt Conference Tournament Championship, she did not register a goal, but she's on the sheet twice now as Aiden Cantor's going to be helped off the field here. We'll see who comes on for her. Looks like it's Heaven Robinson from San Angelo, Texas, 5'2" midfielder, is going to take her place. $18:29 left to go in the first half of this ball game. 8 shots for the Braves, 3 for Converse. And off the play-in, Converse will take back possession after the injury. Booted away by Bankston. And a foul called, a little bit of a heavy challenge there from Bea Fretwell. Trying to get in on the header, pushed up on the back. It's Cassidy Marshall will also enter this game for Anya Preston. She was the one who was just fouled. Now a long ball in. UNCP able to head it away as Ingleton gets her noggin to it. And what will go down as a shot on goal, a deep shot straight into the waiting arms of Gino Ryan. Marshall entering the game for Valkyrie, senior from Canterbury, Connecticut. Spark plug in this game, Bree Mason trying to track down Lizzie Melching, can't do it. Converse on the attack until the ball's deflected, picked up by Rolfs. Played on ahead, over the head to Alexis Pittman. She's got a free run. Defender coming in on her left, taking it to the far near side of the box, rather, tries to play it in. But a nice save there from Darian Bankston, as awaiting on the other end was Carly Rochelle, looking to grab a brace in this one. But Bankston alert to stop the cross. Converse back in possession. It's Melissa Carlisle with the ball. Her pass redirected all the way back to Jade Burwager. Now on the near side, to Haley Likens. Fakes the deep ball, now goes onto her left with her left foot, tries to play it in. It falls to a Valkyrie's player. It was left-footed, looked like a shot attempt there from Kayla Noon, is deflected and trickles back to the keeper, Ryan. 16 minutes left to go in the first half. It's UNCP 2, Converse nothing. Some non-conference action here. Conference Carolina versus the Peach Belt. Stevenson with the ball, plays it off. Racing ahead now, the Braves on the attack. Still with it is Ingvoldson until her pass finds nobody on the end. And Converse back with it. Heavy touch from Noon. Can't win the battle with Rolfs, but it does force her to play it out of bounds, and Converse will stay on the ball. Headed along by Albritton. Noon with it. Now a right-footed shot wide of the net from Marshall. Taking it from pretty way back. Got a pretty good leg to it, just a little wide. Gina Ryan has not been forced into action in this one for UNCP. Junior goalkeeper was the Peach Belt Conference Tournament MVP last season. Was also a first-team All-Peach Belt Conference with a .53 goals against average. Converse with it, with Albritton racing ahead, nobody on her. Still with it, right-footed shot, and that'll land wide for a corner kick as it takes a deflection. Third corner of the game for Converse, have yet to produce a shot from any of their corners thus far. Marshall whips it in, high lofted. UNCP able to head it away, but Marshall able to get to it. Tries with the right foot, it's deflected. And it falls to the Braves. Alexis Pittman dispossessed. She wanted to get up the field quickly, but able to get it from her is Carlisle. Now again, the Braves on the ball. So this time it's Rochelle racing up the left side. Ball played ahead for Mason. She can't get to it. But Converse with a bad pass, and it falls to Alexis Pittman. We'll see what she can do. Double team, splits it all alone. Tries to play it on ahead. As racing up the right side there was Riley Searing. The cross had a little bit too much on it. And it's back behind for a goal kick. Mason falls on it. She's got 2 assists in this one, trying for number 3. See who she can find. Her pass is intercepted by Marshall. Now racing along for Converse, see if they can counterattack. Ball played ahead for Caitlin Noon, streaking down the left side. Rolf Sonner, left-footed cross. And it's into the siding of the net. Good opportunity there for Converse, but nothing materializes out of it. They have yet to have a shot on net in this one. Gina Ryan's been pretty calm in goal here in this one. On the other hand, UNCP has forced 4 saves out of Darian Bankston, 4 out of 6. Nifty play ahead for Searing. Now the through ball attempt cut off. Singleton trying to get creative. Converse back on it. And a nice challenge for the Braves. Played on ahead for Mason. Flag stays down. She's got an open net, and she roots it into the top of the net, just under the crossbar. Third goal of the half. Bree Mason gets her first goal of the season. 2 assists, and a goal as well. You could see her as she got onto that ball. She was looking left and right to see if the flag had stayed down. It did. And she's able to find the net. Talk about a game. She's got 4 points in this one. And it's 3-0 UNCP in the first half. Nothing Bankston could do with that shot. Some defenders were trying to track down Mason. She was calm, cool, and collected. Catapulted into the top of the net and bring home the Braves' 3rd goal of the half. Now 11 minutes to go. Converse trying to get that goal back immediately. The ball in, finds nobody except for a Braves player. Mason on it. Plays it along for Ingvoldson. Pittman running on the left. Ingvoldson searches for her. Pittman gets to it. Mason in the box. Pittman tries to play it all the way back for Fretwell, but it's intercepted, and Converse back on top. Pass from Likens is deflected, and Converse forced all the way back.
Number 13, Bree Mason, that's her first on the season. Assist goes to number 17, B. Fretwell.
B. Fretwell picks up the assist. Substitute gets her first point of the season. Mason, the freshman out of Morehead City, North Carolina, has started all 4 matches, and coming into this game, her only stat on the year was 1 assist. But she's stuffing the stat sheet here this evening. One goal, 2 assists. She had 19 goals just last year in her senior year at West Carteret. Originally from Morehead City, North Carolina, the 5'5" forward. Now Searing wins the ball, but immediately dispossessed on a nice challenge from Burwager. UNCP and Rolfs able to get back on it. Back to Searing, trying to beat Burwager again, playing it ahead. She's able to box her out, and the ball will fall out of play off of Searing's challenge. Burwager will throw it in. Long throw hits the head of Rolfs. After a pass on to Searing, left-footed cross in, off the noggin of the Valkyries defender. On the far side now with Carlisle, beats her defender. With the ball just over the touchline. The UNCP avoids a potentially dangerous situation. Now under 10 minutes to go in the first half. 3-0 Braves. It's been a raucous start for UNCP. They'll try to change the side of the field they're playing on, but Searing can't get to it. Hits off of her out of play. Got a substitution now, as Caitlin Noon's going to exit out of this game.
Go back, keep it up. Let's go one back.
Maggie Gaston's going to come on in and replace her. Gaston, freshman from Richburg, South Carolina, 5'6" forward. Registered a shot on the season. Now a free kick for Converse. We've detailed UNCP's struggles defending set pieces. Had a couple of scary moments here, but no shots on net for Valkyrie thus far. Outswinger falls to UNCP, and they might be able to break here. Mason on the ball. She's got Searing running on her right, Pittman on the far left side, 2 defenders on Searing. See what she can do, but she trips. Ball hits off her feet and behind for a goal kick. Fretwell wins the header. It's her and Searing battle with it now for the newly inserted Gaston, who plays it back to Burwager, who boots it on ahead. Nice touch there by Likens, who tries to find somebody running forward, but nobody on the end. Now Pittman with it. She's got Ingvoldsen on her right, plays it to her. Ingvoldsen playing it ahead. She's got 2 players there. It's Bree Mason. Can she get the bracer shot just to the left of the post? Mason already with a goal and 2 assists. Looking for the brace. Nearly had it, but on the wrong side of the post. And it goes unanswered. It's already 3-0 UNCP as we approach the halfway point of this game. 6 minutes to go. Mason had Searing on her right as well. Now UNCP back with it. Mason on ahead. But a little bit too strong as Bankston off her line. Able to track it down and squash the potential chance. Marshall's ball deflected all the way back to the Converse defensive lines. Forward, Likens tries to get something going, but UNCP able to get the ball back. The ball ahead gets by Ingvoldsen, and Converse back on it. intercepted, and UNCP can go back on the attack. It's Searing. Right-footed ball into the box. Mason tries to get to it, hits off the keeper, trying to beat her defender, but can't win the ball back. Really nice job by Darian Bankston. Coming out of her net, getting to that ball, getting in front of Mason. Went into a little bit of a slide to get her foot to it, got it. But Bankston able to make herself large. Under 5 minutes now in the first half. UNCP 3, Converse 0. Bree Mason with 1 goal, 2 assists here in the first half. Maya Grimes opened the scoring with a goal. Carly Rochelle added 1 as well. Nice challenge for UNCP and played on ahead for Mason, trying to run it down. With the ball with a little bit too much velocity on it. And Bankston wisely gets to it before Mason. Now a nice boot. A big hop onto Rolfs' head. Challenge there with Gaston. And it deflects out of play off of Gaston. It'll be a throw-in for the Braves and Rolfs. Rolfs to Searing, heads it over top, falling all the way back to Converse and Lizzie Melching. Plays it forward for Marshall, passes it along to Albritton. Now all alone is Robinson, still with it, hits it forward, but nobody there, rejected by the Braves. Some nice defense there for Caroline Yunking. Converse trying to see if they can get a last-minute attack. 3 minutes left in the first half. But a through ball with nobody there. UNCP takes back control, but a poor pass intended for Pittman gets over her head, but off the Converse defender and out of play. So Braves throw in, 2:47 on the clock. Converse with a nice run of play here. Off of the Braves, out of play. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the first half.
Run it down, Mag. Run it down, Mag.
Just a bad hop over the foot of Gaston. Converse able to win the ball back. Nice work by Burwager. On to Marshall. But Ingvoldson won't have any of that. UNCP will try and settle it down to the back line. Played on ahead for Mason. Tries to win the header. But Converse comes up with it. Back to Burwager. Her pass is errant. Falls back to the Braves. Through ball ahead to Mason. And the flag is up. Mason offsides. Pittman wins the ball. 3-on-3 for the Braves. We'll see what Pittman wants here. Tough challenge, deflects away. Braves fall back on it though. It's Ingvoldson. Plays it out for Searing. Mason in the box, Pittman behind her. And her cross deflects off of Burwager and back out of play. The Braves with a last-second corner here, coming up on 40 seconds to go in the first half. Rolfs hustling towards the corner flag. Braves will have about 30 seconds or so once this ball is played in. Everybody coming up for UNCP. 7 players in the box. High lofted in, off of Bankston's hands, on the line and into her stomach. Able to fall on it. That could have been disastrous. She leapt up, trying to retrieve that corner kick. Deflected off her fingertips. Couldn't tell who it fell to for the Braves. But their shot on net went straight to Bankston. And that means we're going to end the first half at 3-0. UNCP on top. Maya Grimes got us started with a nice finish. Carly Rochelle got in on the scoring as well, and then Bree Mason with an absolutely stellar finish into the top of the net to make it 3-0. Bree Mason in the first half, 1 goal, 2 assists, has been absolutely sensational in this one. The Braves have really dominated on both ends in this one. Quick first half stats for Converse, 6 shots overall. Most importantly though, none of them on goal. So Gina Ryan is yet to be challenged. No fouls for Converse, 3 corners, nothing has come of them. 14 shots for the Braves, 9 on goal. No saves necessary, 3 fouls, 3 corners, and been called offsides 5 times, which has really been more result, their style of play thus far more than anything. But we'll take a break and be back with the second half of action. From the first half here from Lumbee River EMC Stadium, it's UNCP 3 and Converse 0. You're watching UNCP Soccer here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
Welcome back, everybody. It's been a good first half for the UNCP Braves. After 45 minutes, it's the Braves 3 and the Converse Valkyries nothing. Thank you for joining us on a beautiful day here in Pembroke, North Carolina. Sam Jelena here on the call with our talented producer and director, Chris Clayton. It's been a stellar first half for the Braves, not so much for Converse. The Braves, on a couple different runs of play, have had opportunities to actually increase on their 3-0 cushion. But for right now, it's time for it is their second highest output of goals on the season. As through 4 games, their goal totals have been 1-2, 4, and 0. So after not having scored a goal for about a month, thanks to the fact that UNCP had lost a good amount of games due to the hurricane, it's nice to see them back and scoring as much as they are right now. In the first half, Maya Grimes got us started. It's off the corner kick, ball fell to her. Right off the header, found the back of the net. Then it was Carly Rochelle's turn, similar situation. Was able to punch it home, and then Bree Mason on a breakaway was able to floor it into the top of the net to pick up her first goal of the season. Bree Mason, the star of the first half, 1 goal, 2 assists. As really the Braves defensively as well were very strong. Goalie Gina Ryan is yet to be called upon in this game, as Converse has not been able to register a shot on goal yet in this one. That'll be something to watch out for. But UNCP, their style of play has been pretty evident that this is how they're going to do it. They're going to try and be able to play as many balls forward as they can. Let Alexis Pittman, Maya Grimes, Bree Mason, and Carly Rochelle just try and outpace their counterparts, the defenders for Converse, and see who they can run by and see what they can try and manufacture. And that's been evident by the fact the UNCP has been called for 5 offsides in this game, as opposed to 0 for Converse. UNCP willing to be able to take that hit for the possibility of getting through on a breakaway. And for Lars Anderson, it's something he has absolutely loved to do, pushing the envelope here. We'll see what the second half has in store for the Braves, if they'll take the pedal off the metal, or they'll try and duplicate what they did in the first half. And we're underway. And straight off the kick, The Braves staying aggressive. With the ball through off the noggin, and Converse able to take possession, falls all the way back to UNCP. And the Braves able to get on the ball. Grimes with it, passes it back. Now back to her on the through ball, heading towards the far corner, and Grimes can't get there. The ball falls just over the end line and out of play for an early goal kick for Converse. Converse on the ball. Nifty little play there for Kayla Noon, but she's dispossessed, and the Braves back on it. Trying to track it down. Can't get there, though, is Christina Stevenson. And Converse with their first attack of the second half. On the far side now, played into the box. Poked away by UNCP. And able to fall on it is Rochelle. Plays it ahead for Robson. Booted cross field. Grimes trying to track it down. She does. Plays it through for Pittman. One defender to beat. Gets it into the middle of the box. Heavy tackle. Stays with it. Trying to link up. Looked like it was Stevenson in the box, but can't do it. And Converse able to clear. Not before the ball takes a deflection and back. Converse trying to settle things down here. Sun setting overhead, straight into our eyes here on press row. No wind to speak of. Flag lays the limb. Braves up 3-0. Just 2 minutes into the first or second half of play, rather. The 3-0 cushion. DeCouteau with it. On ahead for Pittman. Nice spin move. Stays on the ball, but dispossessed on a hard challenge. Ball fall all the way out wide to Robson.
That's it, Izzy. Stay with her.
Robson with the left foot into the box, but nobody there. Cassidy Marshall able to play it out. Braves still with it. Huge strike and just wide. Goalkeeper actually went into the post trying to make sure that one stayed out of the back of the net.
Go Converse.
Very aggressive swing there for the Braves. "15 shots overall in this game for UNCP against 6 for Converse. Ball out of play off the heavy challenge. It'll be a throw-in for Caitlin. Or actually, rather, the foul called, excuse me. And Converse will have a free kick just about at midfield. Izzy Fangman will put a boot on it. Lofted in. Off the head of Rochelle. Everybody fighting for it. It squirts back out to Noon. Takes it to the middle of the field. Now out wide to the far side. Back into the middle and into the box. And straight to the goalkeeper for UNCP. Gina Ryan boots it away on the drop kick. Converse gets a foot to it. Trying to link up with Fangman. The ball runs out. It's a throw in for UNCP. Katie Ryan on it. Trying to link up with Rochelle, but she's dragged down. Trying to get her head to it. Foul called. The first foul committed by Converse here in the game. It'll be a free kick set piece opportunity for UNCP. See if they want to try something pretty creative here. A good ways away from the net. Katie Ryan on the ball, right foot. High ball. Drops in and falls to the feet of Rochelle. Passes it out for Yoon-King. Plays it to the far side. The Braves able to get it ahead to Pittman. or Grimes rather, excuse me. But Converse gets there first, plays it out. The Braves stay on the ball now with a throw-in. Rolfs with the throw. Ball into the box. Grimes trying to get to it. Falls to her knees. It's a defender there for Converse, and it'll be a corner kick. Low ball played in. Grimes battling to get to it, but the Converse defender able to get her leg to it first. Or UNCP will gladly take the corner, though. Their fourth corner of the game. Outswinger here from Rolfs. Into the box, off a body, and straight into the arms of Bankston. Seventh save Bankston has been called for in this one. Bankston's boot straight back to Pembroke. On it was Robson, trying to play it ahead to flex off a Converse player. Now Robson will have the throw-in. Robson, the senior, played in 8 games last season, 1 start in 2017. She's appeared in all 4 games so far this season, now make it 5, including a start against Queens last time out, or earlier this season rather, in a 4-0 win. Had 4 shots on against Anderson.
Push it up. Let's go, ladies. Come on. Good job, AC. Come on.
Cassidy Marshall with it. Senior from Canterbury, Connecticut, 1 goal on the season. Her 12 shots this season leads the club.
Shoot up.
Throw in for Converse. Deflected back to UNCP. Played far along for Pittman, trying to chase it down. Can't get there. High pressure applied from Pembroke. Converse trying to get the ball out of their own half. Able to do so, but straight to the waiting feet of DeCouteau. Lofts it back over, trying to get it to Pittman. Falls, able to get back on it. The deflected ball stays with UNCP. On the far side, it's Grimes into the box. Now right-footed strike off the top of the bar and punched in for the Braves. Alexis Pittman able to get the rebound. And she gets on the score sheet with her first goal of the game, her second on the season, and it's 4-0 Braves. Maya Grimes nearly had her second of the evening. Straight off the crossbar and down. And luckily for UNCP, Pittman there on the other end, able to retrieve the rebound with a wide open net. All she had to do was make contact with the ball and it was going to fall forward. But for Pittman, her second goal of the season. Her first since she scored against Anderson back on September 8th. Registered a shot on goal against Flagler back on the 29th, but able to get on the score sheet here. And the Braves lead by 4. Nice defense there by the Braves, as coming up to steal that ball is Ryan. Now Robson with it, plays it along for Rochelle, who links up with Pittman in the box, trying for the quick brace, right foot strike, one hop into the mitts of the keeper Bankston. 4 different goal scorers in this game for the Braves. Now I imagine Lars Anderson's happy about that. Everybody chipping in some way, shape, or form.
Get it, Iz, get it. Come on, Izzy, drive it, drive it.
Converse countering. Fangman on it.
Come on, AC, stay in front of her.
Links up with Albritton and a foul called. And on the challenge, Rochelle for UNCP. A little bit heavy on that one. Probably just out of shooting range here for Converse. Braves will have a
Go finish it, Converse.
two-defender wall. Cassidy Marshall, right foot, plays it in, straight on net, high and bumped over the bar. Nice job there by Gina Ryan. Did not think
Hit it again, Cash.
Cassidy Marshall was going to try to go on net there, but she did. Placed it right on the bar. And Ryan taking no chances of that ball dropping in from high above. Punches it over top of the net. And now the corner for Converse off the top of a head. And it's going to deflect back out of play for a goal kick. It was a nice corner played in by Marshall, just like her free kick a few moments ago.
Braves goal was scored by number 3, Alexis Pittman. On the year, assist goes to number 10, Maya Grams.
That's it on now. Come on, girls.
Converse now looking for a shot on net, played in and stopped there by UNCP. Some good defense for Maya Grimes. Doing it all on, or excuse me, rather, that was DeCouteau in the middle of the box.
Take it away, Jay.
Tough challenge there for Converse, and UNCP gets the free kick. Converse being a little bit more aggressive here in the second half. Had not fouled anybody in the first half. Now has fouled twice here in the second.
Go, Purple.
Registered a shot on goal as well.
That's it.
Battling between two Converse players is Yoon King. He's able to kick it off a Converse defender and get it to ricochet out of play, so UNCP stays on the ball. Throw in for Rolfs. The throw in immediately deflected out. So Rolfs moves up about 10 yards and will throw it back in. On to Pittman. Down in the far corner, trying to win the battle. Back up against her defender. Going towards the goal line. It'll just cross over off her foot for a goal kick. We got two substitutions now for Converse. We'll have a couple of changes now for the Valkyries.
G.
Morgan Tyler is going to come into this game for Jade Burwager, and Devin Flagler in for Haley Likens. Converse with it, playing down the near side, the boot ahead for Fangman, straight out of play. Pembroke with the throw. Robson playing back and forth with Yoon King, ends up over the line for a touch.
Go, Wiz.
Fangman plays it in. On ahead, whistle blows. A little bit too quick there for Fangman. Actually, it was a substitution now. As exiting out of this game is Anna Claire Albritton. So have a new player in her stead. And Shane Munch coming in for her.
Come on, Devin. Go, baby.
Weiler with it.
Let's go.
A newly inserted for Converse, straight off her, out of play. Alexis Pittman on the near side, has some room to work. Plays it into the middle. Trying to get it back now for Mason. Or excuse me, that was Grimes. Converse countering. Far side of the field into the shadows. The touch a little bit too heavy. DeCouteau tries to get it out of trouble, but her clear ends up in the box. Nearly a collision between Ryan and Flagler for Converse. So now we're going to have time on the field. The goalkeeper, Gina Ryan, to make sure she's okay. DeCouteau tried to clear it out of the box, was unsuccessful. Had the ball end up on the feet of Flagler. Her and Ryan went at it, with Ryan being able to stifle it, and Gina Ryan's going to have to come out of this game. Backup goalkeeper Rachel Whitkin will come on in. Previously played at Mars Hill, 5'5" junior out of Clayton, North Carolina. So on just the second shot on goal, Gina Ryan faced this evening. She has to come out of the game with 30:03 on the clock. Braves up 4-0. Hopefully the injury not too serious. Ryan, a key cog in this UNCP squad. As I mentioned previously, tourney MVP last year in the Peach Belt. First team all Peach Belt as well. Converse right back at it. Flagler with it, but dispossessed. Nice challenge. Now racing up the field is Ryan. Able to play it along for Rochelle. Tries to link up with Grimes, but a defender there for Converse who plays it over the touchline. And UNCP will have a throw-in. Now Maya Grimes going to come out of the game. Substitution for UNCP. It's Bree Mason to come on and replace her, just like we saw in the first half. Mason with 1 goal, 2 assists in this one. One of the 4 goals scored for the Braves, all by different players. Pittman into the box. Tries to find Rochelle, deflects off of her. Now Converse countering. Cassidy Marshall playing it far along ahead, trying to sprint it down as Noon. Challenges with DeCouteau. And Noon hits it out of play for a throw. For Converse, looking ahead now as we're under the 30-minute mark here in the second half. Braves ahead 4-0 rather. Converse will stay on the road, 3 straight road games for them. So they'll head to Lees McRae for a Conference Carolina matchup. Valkyries 0-5 in conference play this season. For UNCP, on the other hand, as I mentioned earlier, they'll be taking on Columbus State. It's a tough stretch of games here over the next week. On the 4th, 6th, and 10th, UNCP will play. So they're going to be as busy as it can be. Nice challenge, and Flagler able to fall on it for Converse. Being challenged by Rochelle, and a foul called on Flagler. Rochelle and Flagler going at it. And a free kick for UNCP. Bree Mason will play it in. Or excuse me, rather, that's Katie Ryan who's going to put the boot to it. Right foot into the box. A head gets to it on the other end and finished. Beautifully done. Jillian Robson able to pick up her first goal this season. Beautiful set piece for UNCP. Played in off the head. Falls right to her feet. Had a full half of the net to work with on the left side. And a cool finish to slot home the Braves' 5th of the game. 5-0, 20 shots for UNCP, converting 25% of those
Come on, ladies. Get it going.
into goals.
Now.
Robson, the senior from Huntersville, North Carolina, 5'11". Nice to see her finish there as Rachel Whitkin challenged relatively for the first time with a shot on net. Bounces right to her.
Come on.
It was Carly Rochelle who was able to get her head on that free kick to place it perfectly for Robson, as Robson now down in the corner, trying to possibly get a second in this game, and is able to force the ball out of play. Throw in for the Braves. Katie Ryan will throw it into Robson with her right foot, trying to get it into the box. Deflected by a Converse player and played on ahead. Devin Flagler trying to get to it, but Day Courteau dispossesses her. Tries to play along the Braves, but Converse able to reject that, and now on the counter.
Feet open. Come on, Devin.
Flagler looking for it, but it gets by everybody, falling to the feet of Katie Ryan, who plays it back to her keeper Whitkin. Now with the left foot, tries to get it on.
Show some feet.
But good work by Caitlin Noon, battling with her. Her pass for Flagler, though, intercepted. Right-footed strike. Nice save by Whitkin. Not sure if it was necessary. That ball looked like it might have been headed out of play. Now the ball all the way across, right foot wide. Had a whole lot of goal to work with, but Caitlin Noon can't finish. That ball went strictly across the net, past a couple of feet. Nobody able to keep it from falling to Kayla Noon, whose shot flies wide of the post. The best scoring opportunity Converse has had in this game falls by the wayside, and now a couple of substitutions for the Braves. 3 new players on.
Go purple, 50-50.
Low goal kick.
Come on.
UNCP able to redirect it to themselves, though. Through ball for Robson. Not nearly enough on it, though. Different pages between Robson and Ingvoldson. And then the same happens there. Trying to play it on ahead for Pittman. Converse plays it all the way back to the net. Still in their own half. Far side of the field. Nice interception from Caroline Yoonking, but you can't keep it in play, and it'll be a throw. Ingvoldson into the game now, as well as Leticia Cantera and Bea Fretwell. We'll have one more change to add to that now as well. So Alexis Pittman's going to exit from this one. Gets a high five from her coach, Lars Anderson. Job well done for Pittman, getting on the score sheet with a goal. 5-0 Braves, 20 shots for UNCP. Now Converse looking to open their account on the ball. Is Likens, plays it into the box. Straight into the waiting arms of Rachel Whitkin. Riley Searing has come on for Pittman. We saw Searing in the first half.
Come on, Deb.
Now some tangled feet and a foul called on Flagler as her and Day Courteau got the feet wrapped up together. Day Courteau wins the battle. Just coming up on about 20 minutes left to go here in the second half of play. Braves lead 4-0 or 5-0 now. Rolfs plays it deep ahead, finds the head of Bree Mason, whose header falls to Converse. Challenged and passed on ahead to Carlisle. Tries to play it through, but it gets to Day Courteau with a strong kick high into the air, trying to link up with Mason. Can't win her battle. All the way back to Haley Stewart. Cassidy Marshall falls on it. Dispossessed, and UNCP back in control. Knocked along by Bree Mason. She can't control it though. Back and forth we go. Ball finds its way to Mason. Gets it back to the middle of the field, now to Robson. Passes it along, left foot shot. Wide of the net for Searing. Just inserted for Pittman. Trying to add her name on to the goal scorers list. We've had 5 different players score in this game for UNCP. Alexis Pittman, Maya Grimes, Carly Rochelle, Bree Mason, and Jillian Robson. Straight onto Robson's head off the goal kick. And right back to the keeper. Bankson will punt it away. And this time, falls straight to Searing. Playing towards the middle of the field. 2 defenders on, are able to get rid of it to Robson. Now back to Ingvoldson, headed towards the box. Robson out wide. Left foot into the box as Searing wide open, tries to take it on the first touch. Can't connect, shot on goal off the crossbar from Ingvoldson. Falls back to Mason, who shots high. Another dangerous opportunity in this game for UNCP. They've hit the top of the crossbar 3 times in this game. Twice it led to goals. Once it deflected straight in. Another time it deflected to Alexis Pittman, who finished. And this time, nothing comes of it. Nice tackle by Descouteaux, wins it back. And Converse able to get up ahead. On to Ingvoldson, plenty of green grass in front of her. Tries to play it out for looked like it was Mason. But some nice defense from Converse, and they'll head back the other way. Nice through ball there. Carlisle in the far corner, into the box, straight onto the feet of Carly Rolfe. Christine Rolfes, excuse me. Rolfe still with it. On to Searing. Ball trickles over the touchline, and it'll stay with UNCP. Under 20 minutes now. 5-0 Braves. They'll get back in action, as I mentioned, later this week against Columbus State, number 3 in the nation. Then Clayton State and the rest of the Peach Belt Conference. The rest of the Peach Belt Conference slate for the Braves. Try and continue along, long ball for Robson. He's able to win the ball back. Ingvoldson with it. Spins around. Finds Fretwell, played out wide, into the box and over the bar. So it was Searing trying to set that up. Columbus State currently tied for the lead in the Peach Belt at 4-0, along with North Georgia, who UNCP will play on October 23rd. That'll be here at Columbia River EMC Stadium. Robson wins the battle off the goal kick. 1-on-1 now as she heads towards the left side of the box.
Hold it, Madison.
She'll play it in. Riley Searing on the other end. She's got some room to work. She tries to get into the box, but off the defender and over the line. It'll be a corner kick for the Braves, their 5th of the game. Flagler, UNCP just lost to 1-0. 4-1 in Peach Belt play, 6-2 overall. There's a lot of top talent in the Peach Belt this season, as there almost always is. Georgia 8-1-1, Lander 7-1-1, Flagler 6-2. Rolfes to play it in. Right foot into the middle of the box. Keeper jumps high, and Bankston comes down with it. Nicely done. Grabs the ball at its apex. is able to limit the damage.
Come on, D. Keep it, Devin. Keep it. Come on, baby. Keep it, kid. Keep it, Devin. Go, 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 go.
Now Ingvoldson, who was in on that challenge, comes up a little bit lame. She'll keep on playing, and Flagler
Go, no whistle, play.
able to stay with it, bodies her defender to the ground, plays it on ahead, ball in the box, and just punched back for a corner kick by Rolfs. Flagler, who's been whistled a couple times here in this one, absolutely bodied the defender on her. It was Letitia Cantera, bodied her to the ground. Flagler was looking around to see if a whistle was going to be blown, but nothing doing. The ball actually deflected off of a Converse player for a goal kick, so it'll be played away by UNCP. Falls to the feet of Ingvoldson, but is dispossessed. Converse back with it. Tried to play on through for Izzy Fangman. But the ball's out. And a throw in for Cantera. Ball falls for Addison, plays it on for Ingvoldson. Changes the width of the field, a beautiful through ball to Searing into the box. Right foot wide of the net, behind everything for a goal kick. Deflected off of play, out of play by Cantera. Throw in for Likens. Finds Marshall, trying to win her battle. Played along for Flagler. One-on-one matchup, headed into the box, right-footed strike. Just got the inside of the ball, though. Instead of a little top spin, a little bit more side spin to it. Sails high and away. And a goal kick for the Braves. 5-0, still the lead, under 15 minutes to go in the second half. Battle won for the ball by Mason. Sizes it up and plays it on through for Addison. Will track it down on the near side. Plays it off her defender, but it trickles on to a Converse player who tries to clear, but straight to Yoon-King. Plays it on ahead again, onto Searing. Finds Mason. Again cleared by Converse.
Move sideways, babe.
On for Carlisle and out of play. Throw in for the Braves. Braves 8-1-1 here at home last season, the newly renovated Lumbee River EMC Stadium.
Step in.
Braves threatening again. Back for Fretwell. Takes her defender on and is forced to play it all the way back to Descouteau.
Go through, baby, go through.
Weiler trying to chase her down, but Descouteau does not panic, and the Braves again will press upfield. Rolfs on the far side. Whole nifty move, keeps the ball on her feet. Ranges towards the middle of the field. Plays it on for Yoon-King, who's dispossessed by Marshall. Converse can possibly counter. Marshall still on it, going back and forth, and nicely done by Ingvoldson, coming from behind. Steal the ball back. On ahead for Mason, over top her head. Played for Searing, headed towards the far corner. Searing tries to play it into the box, but straight off the foot of her defender. And it's a throw in right next to the corner flag. Later on this week, if you're trying to get your fix of UNCP Braves action, we got volleyball for you on Friday. It's the volleyball squad trying to build off of their sweep against Chowan last Saturday for a nice home victory. And then Saturday, got some more football for you as the Braves will be taking on Wingate here at home. Either come on out or tune in live to the UNCP Sports Network. We'll have all the action for you. Another corner kick for the Braves, 6th on the game. Coming up on 12 minutes to go in this one. Braves up 5-0. Corner into the middle of the box. Searing gets her head to it, but it's over the net for a goal kick. Just didn't rise up high enough to get the downward momentum she needed on that ball. Kind of met that ball and she was just a little bit under it, battling with her defender.
You gotta get it, Ed. You gotta get it.
Fangman able to win the battle with Addison. Headed back by Rolfs. Straight to Marshall. Ingvoldsen with it. Plays it deep and nicely maneuvered by Searing. Back to the far corner again. Into the box. Misses everybody and ends up with Addison. So they change the width of the field. Ingvoldsen with it outside of the box. Fakes a shot. Still on her left foot now. Trying to beat her defender. Ball bobbles up. She's able to pass it back to Addison. Whips it in off the head of a defender. And the ball trickles over the touchline for another corner. Game well in hand now for UNCP. 5-0 lead. 26 shots in this one. $13 of them on net, so a nice 50% percentage for the Braves. Corner played in. Bankston tries to get a hand to it, but it gets by her, and thankfully for Converse, misses everybody for the Braves, and it's wide. It'll be another corner for the Braves as we get a substitution here.
Let's go, Converse. Away, away, away.
Rolfs on the in-swinger. Good challenge in the air. Ball bounces out of the box and finds its way back to Rolfs, who lofts it into the box again. Another header high and over top of the bar. Nice idea there for UNCP. Rolfs trying to do what she can. Ball's a little bit too far away from the innards of the box. Without enough pace on it, hard to deflect it in towards its home. So it'll be a goal kick. Under 9 minutes to go. Braves up 5-0.
Go in space, Izzy, on the space.
Ingvoldsen tries to play it along for Addison, but hits it out of play. Fangman with the throw in. Ingvoldsen battling. Pass by Marshall, but lands right on the feet of Albritton, still running with it. Defender on her right hip. Just a hard enough of a touch to get it away from her. And the flag is up on Bree Mason. Was behind the defenders when that ball was played in towards her. Couldn't get back in time.
Lift it up.
Ball in, punched away by Whitkin. A challenge on the near corner and a player down for Converse. It was a hard challenge by Cantera. Immediately going down after it was Haley Likens. A stoppage in play at 7:43 to go in this one.
Hold the middle.
Booted along by Whitkin, high into the air, onto the foot of Mason. Just pass forward. Does not reach her intended target. Nice air battle won by Converse. And plowing on ahead, it's Carlisle. Plays it into the box. Heavy touch though, and as Whitkin went to slide down forward, Descouteaux plays it out on the far side. Likens just outside of the box with it, whips it in. Descouteaux plays it away. Searing trying to win the ball back. Shot on net, and the just deflected by the keeper Whitkin onto the foot of Marshall, who sends it straight wide. Second chance she's had here this evening to get onto the scorecard, but both times can't find the back of the net. Converse will stay scoreless in this one. 5-0 UNCP the lead. Marshall with 5 shots leads
You got it, Morgan.
everybody for Converse.
Turn and look.
On the other hand, UNCP led on the shot chart. Riley Searing, Bree Mason, Lexus Pittman, all with 6 apiece. 5 on target for Pittman. She's doing a lot of heavy lifting. Battle in the midfield. Marshall has the ball on her feet. Gives it straight away to UNCP. Braves with it. Played forward for Searing. Tries to play it along even further, but way too much on it. And straight into the mitts, the goalkeeper, Darian Bankston. Touch for Searing. Back to Fretwell. UNCP will play it all the way back to Rolfs. Takes a hit off a Converse player and out of play. So for UNCP, once this whistle sounds, under 5 minutes left in this game, leading 5-0, improved to 3-2 on the year. Non-conference matchup. A real heavy challenge. Thankfully, nobody hurt. Ball played along for Converse, still with it. Flagler in the box. Right foot plays it back to Marshall. Has to take a spin back, heading towards the corner flag. So they do battle, and it'll be a corner kick for Converse. Looked like it was Engvald sent in on the challenge. Marshall will whip it in. Middle of the box, Converse, nobody gets on the other end. Takes a bounce and over the touchline for a goal kick. Converse, on the other hand, they're going to drop to 1-8. Still 0-5 in the conference Carolinas. Goal kick for the Braves. Trying to connect with the Bree Mason sprinting along, but nicely defended by Converse out of play. Christine Rolfs will throw it in as we approach the 3-minute mark in this game. Bree Mason breaks away down in the far right corner, right foot into the box, headed away, straight back to her. Passes it back to Searing, into the box, batted away. Braves able to win the battle. Now left-footed strike wide of the net. So the goalkeeper, Darian Bankston, came off her line to try and catch that one, had it hit off her hands and over the goal line. So that'll be a corner kick. That shot was well wide of the net, so a ill-advised jump off the line for Bankston, who, despite the 5 goals, none of them can really be attributed to her. She's made 8 saves in this game. UNCP gifted the corner, low one in. Converse able to avoid the danger and dribbles it away. Rolfs finds it back, tries to play it forward. Mason can't get on the other end. It's one hop. Bankston off her line to retrieve it. Under 2 minutes now, 5-0. The Braves lead. 5 different goal scorers in this one for UNCP. Each one in just a little bit of a different fashion. Braves offensively in this one, trying to focus on a real strong counterattack and just being as aggressive as possible, having the back line push up as much as they can, turn defense into offense. But Converse on the offensive here, ball whipped in and juggled by the keeper. Whitkin was able to fall on it. Could have been dangerous, but the ball didn't squirt too far away. That'll go down as a save.
Go purple. That's it, Anya. Wait a step. One push. Come on, Hallie. Turn the corner. Let's go,
Fangman trying to be played through, but beaten to the ball by Addison.
1 minute. 1 minute remaining.
Tries to clear, but it's off of Fangman. It'll be a throw-in for the Braves. Throw into Ingvoldsen, under a minute to go. 50 seconds right now. Ingvoldsen through ball. She's got Mason running there as well as Searing. Coming all the way out of the box, though, is Bankston to clear it and avoid the danger.
Come on, AC. That's it. Come on, Hal. Devin, forward, left defender.
All Britain with it. Near side onto Likens. Dispossessed by Cantera. Pass to Mason, but a challenge deflects back to Likens. Cantera goes after it, deflects off of her. Likens chasing after it, but coming from the middle of the field is Dekuto to win it. She loses the ball to Fangman. The ball ends up on Likens' feet again.
6, 5,
And that'll do it as the ball trickles towards the Braves' own corner.
1.
Played out, and that'll wrap it up. A 5-0 victory for UNCP. Just about as even a 2 halves as you can get for the Braves. 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 5 overall. 5 different goal scorers in this one. Alexis Pittman, Bree Mason, Carly Rochelle, Maya Grimes, and Jillian Robson all on the score sheet. 2 assists for Bree Mason, 1 for Rochelle, 1 for Grimes. Or excuse me, none for 1 for Grimes, 1 for Rochelle, 2 for Mason. As that'll total it up there, and Bea Fretwell also with an assist as well. Overall for the Braves, 28 shots in this one. We'll take you through the final totals. For Converse, 13 shots, 4 on net, 8 saves, 5 fouls, 5 corners. They were not charted, or halted rather, for an offsides. For Pembroke, 28 shots, 13 on net, 4 saves, 5 fouls, 9 corners, 6 offsides. Overall, just a very dominant performance for the Braves. They took care of business through and through. They got started early here in this one. 13 minutes in, Maya Grimes scored the first goal, then Carly Rochelle 13 minutes later. Bree Mason, with about 10 minutes left to go in the first half, slotted one home. Alexis Pittman, 7 minutes into the second half, and then Jillian Robson, the last one, the 62-minute mark of this game. And that'll wrap it up here from UNCP. Thank you for joining us oh so much. It's been a pleasure having you. For our talented producer and director, Chris Clayton, I've been Sam Jelinek. Your final score here from Lumbee River EMC Stadium. It's the Pembroke Braves 5, and the Converse Valkyries nothing. Be sure to join us on Friday as Braves volleyball's back in action, and then Saturday when the UNCP Braves take on Wingate in football at Grace P. Johnson Stadium. You've been watching Braves Soccer here on the UNCP Braves Sports Network.